Okay, we are live. Good morning, and thank you all for coming. And welcome to the today's restaurant news networking meeting. The purpose of this group for the newcomers is not to sell each other, but although that happens quite often, but to educate each other as to what we do and how we do it, so that we can get to know each other and feel comfortable recommending each other when we're out in the field seeing our clients, and knowing that we're not going to get negative feedback from our client. When you do come to the meeting, please schedule yourself for 1 hour so that everybody will have the opportunity to speak to the full meeting. Feel free to invite other um, vendors and, as I said before, restaurateurs, so that they will have a little trade show. What we do here also is we go around the room and we'll ask you to give your name, your company name, what your company does, and give us a little bit of information as to what makes you a little different than any other supplier. Please lower your phones, and because we have several people here today and more possibly coming, we normally, I will time people, but I think we can do this today without the timer. So try to keep your remarks around 2 minutes. And if we have some extra time at the end of the meeting, we can go into chat rooms or just have open discussion. So let's start it off with Bob Herget.
Gee, I'm first. Good morning.
You're first.
My name is Rob Herget. I am the founder and president of boostyourbusiness.com. We probably have 10 different platforms that we work with businesses, increasing their customers, increasing their revenue. I'm going to focus on one this morning, which I really haven't talked about, and that is reputation. Now, we deal with restaurants, but we deal with other businesses as well. And in this environment, reputation is probably the single most important area that a business should focus on. COVID has brought, many of us indoors. We're online. We're looking at reviews before we do business with businesses. Statistically, 93% of us won't do business with a company until we've checked out their reviews. Now, there's a lot of companies and platforms that deal with different aspects of reputation, managing and so forth. We focus on marketing reputation, and really nobody's doing that. In the area of reputation marketing, it's building a 5-star reputation and then marketing your reputation to get more conversions and customers. So real quickly, we have 3 areas that we focus on. We do manage a reputation. We actually put all of our clients on at least 30 to 100 platforms out there for reviews. We alert them of all reviews on every single platform, because most companies have no idea when they get a review or where to go even find them. We give them a detailed report on their reputation. We also give them a login so they can go in there and see everything that they're doing on reputation. But most importantly, we respond to every positive and negative review. If you're familiar with reviews out there, you're probably familiar with what I'm talking about, but probably 95% of the businesses out there don't respond to any of their reviews. And those that do, many of them only respond to the negative. And you'd be shocked how many business owners get offended by somebody giving them a negative review. We do a very targeted strategic response to both positive and negative, thanking them, taking responsibility in the case of negative, and then at the end of it, giving a call to action, which doesn't exist out there. Having that person do something, or in the case of a positive, maybe giving them a discount or like our Facebook page. In the case of a negative, give them somebody they can call to rectify the problem. It's hugely important. And for you all dealing with restaurants, what we teach our clients is we are not responding to the person who wrote the review. We're responding to the 100 other people that are coming down the pike that are going to read those responses. So we can turn a negative review into a very positive marketing situation. We also build their review. And this is an area that we might be able to work with in helping you with your business. One of the areas that we build their review is we have something called an authority pop. Think of a website. You've seen e-commerce where it says, okay, somebody bought a shirt or they joined, a little pop-up at the bottom. We created a technology that actually shows all of their 5-star reviews verified by the platform, whether it's Google or in the case of a restaurant, it might be Yelp. You go on a business's website, all of a sudden you're thinking about doing business with them. Now every 3 or 4 seconds, you see a different 5-star review, a verified 5-star review from one of their customers. It's incredibly powerful. It actually increases statistically as much as 250% on their conversion, turning them into a customer. We are opening doors by giving them that free pop-up for a period of time so they can see the power of it. We are also giving them a client sign-in page that goes directly to our platform that can get feedback and directly point them to the review. So real powerful. I know my time's almost up, but the biggest thing is our marketing. We are, besides that authority pop-up, we are marketing all of their reviews on all of their social medias automatically. So every 5-star review that comes on any platform is being syndicated on all of their social media. We are doing 60-second review videos with a live spokesperson for our clients that is marketing their reviews and can go, again, syndicated all over social media, their website, their blog, whatever it might be. And then we have a new platform that we are syndicating these reviews in a photo format, unlike these very static, boring ones. So that is reputation. It's for any business out there. And I'm telling you, it's open doors for everything that we're doing. But this is an area you can focus on with any business that you deal with. And I'd love to work with you. We do have an affiliate program if you have clients that you'd like to talk about.
Well, having spent some time on your website yesterday, you've just touched the surface of the services that you offer. You couldn't possibly cover it here, but it's worth, after the meeting, please put your contact information in the chat so that we can send that out to everybody. And I wanted to mention also to the new people, at the end of the meeting, I will send you a spreadsheet with the contact information of all the attendees of the meeting here today, so you don't have to feverishly write down notes, etc. for contact information. I'll send it to you.
I just put that particular platform in the chat if anybody wants to look at it.
Okay. There was something else. Yeah, if anybody has any questions of the speaker when they're finished, feel free to ask questions now. I have one comment, Rob. I went on your site and I filled out the form to do the
Reputation report.
Reputation report, and it bounced me back to the ad. It didn't give me the report.
I went on there yesterday and did one for a company, and it went right through. I don't know if you clicked on something too soon, because it takes about 30 seconds to put this report. And all of those listing, you might want to just check it out for your own company, for a client. On right under the top photo, there's a place, get your reputation report.
Right.
It is, in my opinion, one of the most thorough, impressive reports for any client. You can do it free of charge for any client you want to. It's a great door opener.
Yeah, I'll check it again later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got something that it shows that you did pull it. So I'm not sure what, we can talk about it later, what happened, but I just pulled 3 of them yesterday and there wasn't any issue with them. So I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll check it again. Stephen.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Steve Whitehill. I own Anchor Business Brokers, and we help people buy and sell businesses. We like to think that we let them lead the life they want, whether they're selling and turning an asset into cash, or buying a business and getting their future set up. I always like to mention the kinds of things I have for sale. I just looked at it, and in the food service business at the moment, we have statewide about 500 and almost 600 businesses for sale, which is actually very low. Normally that would be about 1,500, frankly. And I'd like to give you an example of what is out there. There's a specialty grocery store available in Broward for sale. And the owner makes about $700,000 actually, and you can buy that business for $750,000. So it doesn't take a lot of money to make a lot of money, and frankly, you don't have to put the whole $750,000 down. You may be able to get away with as little as 10% of that. So $75,000 will buy you $650,000 worth of income. Not a bad little investment. Steve Whitehill, Anchor Business Brokers. And I'd like to be introduced to anybody who's obviously interested in selling a business, but failing that, people who are thinking about retirement, immigration attorneys and accountants.
I read an article yesterday about restaurateurs in New York who are on their way to Florida. And some of them have already come. Samuelson, what's his first name? The Ethiopian chef who has a restaurant in Harlem. And
I saw that article.
Yeah, and the restaurants, I kid around with people. I tell them, set up a chair on 95, and you'll see the chefs from New York coming down.
Samuel Markison.
What's that?
His name is Samuel Markison.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, New York is essentially still closed. And so basically almost everybody's out of business.
Yep.
Yeah. Howard, I think as a group, we should just pitch in the 75,000 and buy the supermarket. Let's just, put our money where our mouth is.
Hey, Steve, I have somebody interested in selling. He was telling me yesterday. So if you want to call me later.
That would be great. I do that. I will do that.
Terrific.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
Lisa, nice to have you back.
Good morning. Thank you for having me back. Lisa Stoller with Certapay. We're a full service payroll and human resource outsourcing firm. What does that actually mean? We have on one extreme the technology available for these restaurant owners or restaurant groups to onboard employees, pay their employees, take them through their benefit enrollment. So again, the one extreme is the technology pieces, which they're able to utilize to communicate with their staff, whether they're one location or multi-locations. And then on the opposite extreme, we have the PEO division or employee leasing, where they become employees as of Certapay with the co-employer relationship. So we're all their taxes fall under Certapay, but the day-to-day functionality falls upon the actual business owner. And then in the middle, we have a little bit of, okay, well, I don't need the full right side. I don't need the full left side. What can I do in the middle? And we can a la carte piece everything together for them, depending on what they need now and in the future. One of the things I would like to highlight, we do have on our HR platform, they are given an HR business partner at their disposal. This is a high-level human resource professional. They're a W-2 employee of Certapay. And we have not just a regular restaurant model to help, because a lot of restaurants don't have an in-house human resource professional to help them, guide them through all the changes with staff, things that go on, especially during COVID. A lot of clients and prospects were calling on us because they didn't know what to do with the employees. So we have a regular model for, somebody that owns a single or maybe a couple locations. And then we also have a franchise model. So we're talking to some larger franchise groups with, 1,000+ locations, specifically working on an HR model for them that they can pass along to all their franchise owners. And we can handle payrolls from, 2-3 employees up to, 1,000 employees and everything in between. So depending on what the client needs now, what they need in the future, we'll keep changing what we offer them. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Let's shake it up a little bit. Terry, let's do you now.
Oh, sure. Thanks a lot. Hi, guys. My name is Terry Appel, and I handle, I got your attention there, handle the leads report, the monthly leads report, which is a invaluable tool for anybody trying to get a hold of the mom and pops, the franchise owners, the chains coming into the state, expansions, bars, country clubs, nightclubs, which there seems to be a whole lot more drinking places that are coming in. I am finding a ton of those rather than just the restaurants. And I think it's because of the open bars where with the COVID, you can sit outside, you can, whatever it is. But that report comes out once a month by the 9th in an Excel spreadsheet. It's a huge report. It is the under construction stuff that's coming. It'll say coming or under construction, the name of what it is, the owner, the address, phone number, email address, and about when they're opening. And what I've started to do, because so many people have asked, is if they are selling liquor, I will have them put plus, our staff does now, plus a full bar or a wine bar, or, so that that they sell liquor. So there's not going to be any questions, because that seems to be massive right now. I mean, it's always, drinking's always been wine and stuff, but these are really coming in at a pace that I every time I look, I'm like, another one. So these are done, and I just sent the other ones out on the 8th, one day early. So you get about 300 to 350 a month on leads, of brand new leads, and they're marked. There's about 50 to 60 brand new leads that were not carryovers from the month before with additional information. So if anybody's interested in seeing a sample, I'll send it over, and just let me know. And that is special for the group is $429. That's a one-time charge for the year. If you're not in the group, it's $489. Yeah, we have Florida. Anybody interested in Georgia is $199 for the year, because they have obviously less places coming in. But that's what I do. Terry Appel, today's restaurant news, leads report. Thank you.
Thank you. How about John, a newcomer, John?
There.
There you go.
Okay, I'm going to try to make this relative to the restaurant industry. We were just on another meeting, and we talked about what I do. Well, I had a tragic incident in my life when my wife called 911, and I was on a business trip, and I was called by my neighbor 40 minutes later. When you have an emergency, every second counts. And if you're there to try and help that individual, you can do many things, help them get into a house faster. You can help them know what the medical information is and all the other things that might help a person in that circumstance. So I found out 2 months afterwards, when I turned in my iPhone after my wife's passing, that there was a program on the iPhone that really could have possibly saved her life. I'm going to ask you, do any of you know about emergency SOS or medical ID? Could you raise your hands? Okay, one person does. Do you have it set up properly?
I
Okay,
think I
okay.
did. I haven't
Okay.
tested it.
All right, well, I can show you how to do it and what happens, okay? And most people think they have it, but there's a couple of free, really key chunks of information. Now, this is available now with us also on Android phones. So I'm just going to hold this up and I'm going to show you that's medical ID and emergency SOS. I have to put it in front of my body because this is not my background back here.
Oh, John,
Uh,
what is your company name? I'm sorry, I don't know who you are.
It's called Emergency Info Plan.
Okay,
I'm going to actually hit it right now, put it into your chat box right there.
okay, thank you, thank you.
All right. So I found out this was available. And what this does is when you use it, rather than just calling 911, if you swipe the SOS that comes up, I can talk to 911. And when I hang up, if it's set up properly, all of my contacts get notified with a text message, not all, but the key ones. And that text message also tells them where you are. So now they know you're having a problem. They can come to your aid. I could have called in a minute, and that's what would have happened in this case. So this came out 2 months before my wife's passing. And I said, why is it today that so few people know about this or have it set up properly? So what we developed was a website that shows you how to set it up. We developed a sticker that goes on your phone and a sticker that goes on your car in your home. The one on the phone shows you how to operate it and shows that you're prepared. The ones on your home and on your car tell 911 or those coming to your aid, check my phone. Because what I can get when I swipe this across is my medical information, okay? So that means 911 can know about you at the scene. That means you're notified, so you're in the game. We like this so much that what we did is we developed an app for the Android, so it works. Now, how does it relate to the restaurant business? I kidded on the last meeting. Well, you put the Heimlich maneuver on the wall in a restaurant, right? But these are great gifts. So if you really want to make your customers happy, you can give them as a gift. If you're a sponsor, we've built the site in a way that if you give them as a gift, they go on to, you just tell them where to go on the site. They go on, they order it. You'll know the person who ordered it. You'll get their contact information. How many times do you go into a restaurant and you do something, you don't even know who was there? So in this case, now you build it into your CRM and you do your marketing and it becomes more of a bigger campaign for you.
How much is it?
The stickers, here's how it works, okay? The stickers start for a family pack at $7.99 and $9.99. But if you take the assessment, because we want you to understand if you are prepared or not, and they're not going to pass the assessment because you have to be able to make sure your information's available at a moment's notice for those people. And that's generally what people don't have. But they want to learn more. It drops down $2. If you're a sponsor, we do this on a bulk purchase approach. But it comes down to that if you wanted to give it to somebody, it could be as little as $2.50 for a pack for a person, or $3.50 for a family. Not a big cost, very small, but it can turn into a marketing campaign for you. It can build on that database. It can get you other people, and you can even offer them, come here, we'll give you something. You
John,
don't
is
have-
that a one-time charge?
That's a one-time charge. That's it. I mean,
What
think
is
about
your
how many,
website?
it should be in there, www.emergencyinfoplan.com.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
I'm
thank,
going to, because you're,
go ahead,
go
you
right ahead.
finish. No, finish.
And if you back with me, I'll even give you a code you can do to get a free pack, so you can understand how it works. Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Very.
Ellen,
Good morning.
there you
and
go.
Thank you again for having me. I am a senior executive with a promotional products company called Brown and Bigelow. We have been in business over 100 years, so we must be doing something right for sure. We have offices all across the country. I happen to be in West Delray, but I work all over, including internationally. We just send PPE masks to a client in Hong Kong and the UK. So really any company or business is a potential client. What we do is branded merchandise. Your name on a product that makes sense for your target audience. And that could be a small business, it could be a not-for-profit, it could be a major corporation or TV group. And we work really a gamut. And what I do, I create a branded message using my skill set for developing creative items or appropriate items that are cost-effective. And in this current market, we are also doing individual drop ships. Since almost nobody is in their office, we just drop shipped these masks to 14 different locations, including 2 overseas. I'm now involved with drop shipping jackets for Showtime for an anniversary event. And again, nobody is in the office, so we're drop shipping them to the individual recipients after we get the correct size breakdown from everybody. And I've also worked with restaurant associates years ago, creating a gift program for their employees. When they achieved a certain level of recognition, they could go on and order gifts. And one thing statistics have proven, 88% of people who get a branded item remember it and use it. If most of you look around your desks, you're going to see something with either your company name on it or somebody who gave you something with their company name. And what I try to do is gear it to the appropriate message. I'm not going to recommend baseball hats if you're trying to reach legal law firms. With restaurants, we have done branded barware, coasters, cocktail napkins, that entire gamut. And really, my goal is to make my clients look good.
Do you do the printing of menus and placemats and business cards and all that? You actually do the printing?
We do placemats. We also do leather placemats for boardrooms. We do bar coasters, and we also do cork, tile, and leather coasters, which are more of an upscale gift. We're a distributor, so I draw on the best of who there is in the industry. And I tell my vendors, I'm only as good as you let me be. So I'm very selective in who I use because my reputation is at stake.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I would love to get involved. I think I can bring value to various people and also think about who I can refer them back out to. And I'm here in West Delray, even though I have a 212 cell number.
Right.
Nice. Nice.
Okay, that's great.
Perfect.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Ed, another new face.
Good afternoon, no, still good morning. My name is Ed Simon. I have a company called Worldwide Communications Group. We are a sales and marketing company. We represent another company called National Utilities Refund. NUR is in the business of giving away free money to those people that qualify. What we have learned in our industry is that 80% of utility bills are not correct. The utility companies, whether it's the telephone company, the power and electric company, water and sewer, or garbage, they are all overcharging you in one way or another. And the rule of thumb says that it is the client's responsibility to know when and if and how much they are being overcharged, or if they're being charged properly. You all have, and all of our clients have, they're there to run their business, not run the utilities business. What we do is we do an in-depth audit of the client's utility bills, using the bills themselves, using any contracts that the client may be under with the with a utility, and using the state and federal tariffs, which are laws that the utility operates under. And when we find discrepancies between what is and what should be, which by the way is about 80% of the time, we are able to go to the utility and say to the utility, you're overcharging our client. Here is the documentation. And we are able to go back as much as 36 months, 3 years, and collect the overcharges going back that far, plus interest. Now, if we find nothing, if we find that the client is being charged properly, there is no fee. If there is money to be recouped, the money goes directly to the client, excuse me,
I
either in the
understand, and
form
I'm not telling
of
her
a,
anything
um,
until I talk
a
to.
credit to their account
Absolutely.
or a check.
She said, please call
We
me.
have
No.
been on we operate under a letter of agency, so we know what's happening, and we will bill the client for our services once that happens. Once they get the credit or the check, we then continue to monitor their bills for the next 2 years, and we collect based on what they're paying versus what they would have been paying beforehand. After the 2 years, any additional cost savings that they have, there's no additional charge. Furthermore, if later on, let's say arbitrarily, let's say they're using FP&L and they get a bill and the bill is higher than they think it should be, we will look at the bill, we will look at what their usage is, and if they are being overcharged once again, we will go back to the utility and get the overcharges back at no additional cost. So we also do a lot of other types of what's the word I want, consulting, and there's a whole bunch of different things. Again, we're in the business of giving away free money to those people that qualify. In the hospitality industry, hotels are great for us. Restaurants are good. There is a minimum usage, combined usage of $8,000 a month for a for-profit business. However, if a company that happens to own multiple locations, like a franchise, and they don't quite, they don't make the $8,000, I can take the multiple locations and combine the usage between them to get to the $8,000. So it's anybody that's using utilities in any way, shape, or form, we would like to talk to. We do a lot of work with condominium associations. As a matter of fact, we were on a Zoom call earlier, and between that call and this call, I spoke to 4 new condominium associations that I was referred to. Again, my name is Ed Simon. I'm with Worldwide Communications Group. My information is in the chat. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Have a great day. Thank you for having me, Howard.
What's the percentage that you all take when you find
Well,
money?
It's a 50-50 split, because we remember we have to pay our auditors whether they get, whether they're able to recoup money or not. So, and by the way, that's also standard in the industry. The other thing is that we're also doing R&D credits, which I'm still learning about, but I'm getting help from, and that gives money back to the um, from the government in terms of tax credits. And if somebody wants to look at the company's website, the name of the company again is National Utilities Refund, and it's nationalutiliesrefund.com. I'm an authorized sales agent.
Thank you. Howard, you can hook up with Ed. You put the gaskets in and we get,
Exactly. No, it's a good combination.
you're up.
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know if you were just saying something. All right, so the name of my
Howard,
company
you gotta tell him.
exactly. The name of my company is the Gasket Doctor. I'm down here in South Beach right now, as you can all see. I hope you're all jealous. His Ed's has a beach there, but not as nice as mine. The views that I'm getting. So
Dirty old man.
yeah. So my company goes into restaurants, hotels, morgues, hospitals, and we give them free energy consultants on their consulting on their refrigerators, and we make sure that they're not losing money with leaky seals. And then we give them the estimate, and we also use a new tool that we put on every refrigerator, which is a tag that has a sticker that has a serial number, so we can save the owners and the companies money by not having to go and give them an estimate each time and take a measurement. We go out to the location, and then they tell us the next time that it's sticker number or asset number 93, and then we go and look it up in our database, and we know all the information about that asset that they have, and then we go and make the product for them, custom made, and then we go and install it, so we only have to go one time instead of going back each time.
Very smart.
And it
Very smart.
saves the customer a lot of money
Yes.
by doing that. And we also do curtains that hang from the warehouse doors. That saves energy. Some people used it in their personal homes. They have a 3-car garage and they air condition one side, so we've put these down. But I mostly do commercial applications. I don't like going into people's homes. And what else? That's really about it.
Howard, is the drapery that you're talking about, is that the plastic stuff that you see on TV, where somebody's going into a refrigeration area?
Yes, the plastic strips that go
Okay.
inside a
Curtain doors,
refrigerator
yes.
door, or
Yeah.
you see it on a warehouse door. To
Right,
separate, so that when they open up their warehouse door, they don't lose all their air conditioning, or it prevents flies from coming in if it's on a back door of a restaurant.
right.
We do that also.
Okay.
And
Uh,
that's it.
yeah, you two guys can talk about that.
Oh, wait, I wanted to ask Howard, does his strip curtain doors come in colors?
They do, yes. So
Okay,
they come in yellow, red, they come in black or opaque, they call it, so you can't see through. So if you're trying to divide an area, you don't see through, or if you're trying to hide a piece of equipment like that. Yes,
okay, great, thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, Michelle.
Morning. My name is Michelle Benish, and I am with a company called Menu Men Incorporated. We are a design menu manufacturer in Miami, Florida, right by the airport. We've been in business for 53 years, serving the hospitality community internationally, but primarily the Caribbean and Eastern Seaboard. So we have a design team, in-house graphic department, and offset digital presses. We have a team that just does turned edge menus, another team for wood and acrylics, and then one for leathers. Everything is manufactured in our own manufacturing plant. We don't source anything out. Helps us with quality control, turnaround times, and serving our customers with a niche.
What's turned edge?
It's a material. So when you turn material around a chipboard, so it's more of their classic menu covers and binders. It's what you're used to seeing. So because the process is actually a turn versus a leather that might be very thick, like a belt. That's a little more modern approach that we've been doing for some restaurants and hotels. That's the name.
Got it.
I might have asked you this in this time of COVID. Are you doing the disposable menus?
Yes, we do. I mean, right now we do a lot of QR codes, a lot of single-use menus, but people are going back to PVC. I don't like my customers to print and laminate. It does save them money, but lamination is porous, and so there's things that could live on it. Where PVC and acrylics, you can actually take Clorox wipes and wipe them down. But I mean, there's different substrates that are out there. A lot of my higher end clientele are tired of that single use look.
Right.
So they're going back to traditional menu covers, but I carry a line that's manufactured in New Jersey, actually, that's all antimicrobial. So they're safe, but has a little more of a high end. I try to source all of my materials strictly from the US and Canada, and just try to support as many local vendors as possible as far as paper and wood and products.
So these are just the covers. These are not the menus themselves, or?
No, I do the menus themselves. So I do everything. So whether it's, the whole branding for the restaurant and all their collateral materials, we can design and produce those. We can do the menu covers themselves. A lot of our clients recently, we've been doing a lot of content marketing for them. So running their social platforms and transforming this into their, websites and putting, like the Facebook pixels and tying that into e-blast. So I have a team of graphic artists that just specialize in printing. And then I have another team of graphic and marketing team for the social content marketing.
Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Glenn, nice to see you.
Hey, Howard, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, Glenn Williford. My company, BlueTech 360, builds mobile apps for all kind of businesses, all kind of reasons, and for restaurants. We have a pretty unique package. We will build a food ordering platform for their website or a new website, a mobile app, and a social media widget so their customers can view a menu, order, and pay from all three of those places. And pretty good package for $199 a month, unlimited commission-free orders to the restaurants. We also work directly with entrepreneurs that essentially want to white label our product. So they build a mobile app, and then they sign up restaurants to go into that mobile app and also do the websites and the social media widget. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Daniel.
Awesome. So great to be here again. This is a quality group, I think. I'm in the exciting industry of merchant services or credit card processing. The name of my company is called Certapay, and we are industry disruptors. So the way that we work right now is we don't have contracts, cancellation fees, application fees, or we don't charge for PCI compliance. So straight away, that's going to be a better fit than a lot of the other competitors out there. We also have another value proposition, and we've developed an app called Rate Tracker. So the way this works is it's all AI based. We had to manually teach the system how to read different statements. So it took a lot of man hours and a lot of processing time. And we coded the software to pick up different rates, different fees, different types of programs. So it all automatically keeps track of what the businesses pay every month on their processing, gives them the out the door rate. And we've actually taught it to understand the difference between standard interchange fluctuations and rate increases. So one that I really like to speak about is a pizzeria in Ohio had a 3-year contract that auto-renewed, and they increased his rate by 50 basis points. So over 2 years, he did $10,000 in additional fees without being aware. Just because these statements are 6 to 8 pages, there's a lot of extra junk built in there. So you don't know what you're paying unless you've had training by someone in the industry. I just had a consultation with a business coach who has a program. It's called a 3-tier program, and he's really getting taken advantage of. He didn't know how to read the statement. He didn't know what program he was on. Most of his business is non-qualified cards, so he's paying 4% to accept those kind of cards. So we switched him over to an interchange pricing program, and he's saving over $200 a month by switching him to a standard program, and he only does $3,000 a month in sales. So those are the kind of things that we like to do. We consider ourselves educators rather than just closing a deal to close a deal. Not everyone is the best fit, and we're not going to force a sale. We don't believe in leases either. So signing someone to a 48-month lease and charging them $40 a month for a piece of equipment that costs $150 is just not how we want to do business. I'm in charge of strategic partnerships. So I'm looking for payroll companies who are looking to add to their list of services, local banks who are wanting to partner up with a credit card processor who's reliable and is going to treat their customers with VIP treatment. So if you know anyone like that, get them to reach out to me. We can schedule a demo of our app system or just talk about how we can best benefit them. So get them to reach out to me and I'll make sure their swipes go right. My details will be in the chat.
Great, thank you. Daniel, I always tell Daniel he's got one of the toughest jobs in the food service industry, if any industry, to go into sell somebody on credit card processing after they've used somebody for a while, or they're hesitant to give up their information on the statements. And Daniel's stick to it. He's technologically oriented, which is good. He's got the gumption to go get them. So he's a good
he does it.
He
Yeah.
does it. I guess it's up to me. As I said, I'm Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of today's Restaurant News. We are in our 25th year. 2021 is our 25th year. Up until 2018, we were in print, and we decided to become an all-digital publication. We actually have a newspaper on our website, www.trnusa.com, and advertising is available in the newspaper and banners on the website. In addition to that, we offer email marketing. We have a database of 15,000 plus restaurants, and we can take your information and send it out to our database. And we also offer a video email marketing, where if you have a company that needs a little bit more introduction and a little bit more explanation, you can use a video and we send it out for you. And as Terry said before, we also have the Restaurant Leads Report. And the Restaurant Leads Report and the email blast and the newspaper all help salespeople work smarter, not harder, because you can reach more people with an email blast in one push of a button than you could possibly cover personally in a year or 10 years, because we can give you 15,000 in one shot. If you're out in the street, you're maybe stretching it, seeing 10 people a day. Howard can attest to that. So the Leads Report And the email blast is a very important tool for salespeople to have. Of course, we're looking for companies that provide a service or a product to be our advertisers. And I offer to you any company that is in the industry who wants to get information to the industry in our newspaper. Please send us a press release. We call it a press release. It doesn't have to be a formal item, but just send us a couple of sentences as to what your company does, who you might have just hired, if you got a new customer, or you painted your building purple. It doesn't matter. You want your company name in front of the readers so that when something comes up, they will call you. As I said, anybody who provides a service or a product to a restaurant is a good contact for us. Please invite other companies in the industry to join us here on Wednesday at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And yeah, that would be a nice long meeting, 11 a.m. to 12 a.m.
And make sure that it's only not the same category that's already here,
Yeah.
one per category.
Is there any good and welfare? Anybody else have any comments like to make now? I will keep the window open for conversation. I thank you all for coming very much. We are growing and we will continue to grow. I have some good plans for this group, and we'll see you all next Wednesday.
Howard, you said you had a group on Friday as well?
Yes.